Massive game on CBS on Saturday. Playoff implications on the line in Eugene. 7th-ranked Oregon clashing with number 15 USC. It's a playoff eliminator for the two-loss Trojans. And this game features two of the best offenses in the country, led by two dynamic quarterbacks. USC's Jaden Maiava leads the Big Ten in passing yards. Oregon's Dante Moore has the 4th best completion percentage in FBS. Kickoff set for 3:30 Eastern on CBS and streaming live on Paramount Plus. Welcome in our two-headed monster, former Oregon running back Kenjon and former Louisiana running back Emory Hunt, here to attack this monster matchup on CBS. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Both are excellent at throwing downfield. Maiava and Moore are among the top QBs in FBS, completing passes of at least 20 air yards. Emory, which quarterback has the edge in this one?
Yes, exactly. Both of them do. Like, I look at both quarterbacks playing really well, man. And what's cool about it is the fact that we saw them have to win in high leverage situations. And ironically enough, they were both against Iowa. And so we saw them supersede the X's and O's, play really well. They're dual threat guys. They can make the throws at every level of the field: touch, timing, anticipation, accuracy, not afraid to make some tight window throws. So for me, this was like, hey, if you're calling it straight down the middle, even when we're looking at the statistics, they are very much the same. So I would say this is a push in terms of who has the edge.
Well, Emory, I got to go the other way, right? I have to. And the reason why, they're saying men lie, women lie, but numbers do not. And when you look at our guy, Dante Moore's numbers, he's the better quarterback. Now, listen, USC and Maiava, they have a polished QB, won't deny that. They have somebody that's explosive. He's explosive outside the pocket, and his ceiling is 5-star. But polish and skill just aren't the same thing, so I got to go with Dante Moore in this instance.
Yeah, Dante Moore can throw dimes, just like Maiava, but man, the throw that he made against Iowa in that tight window, it was like a ball that was thrown through a keyhole. I mean, it was incredible, that throw. And they were without their top 3 pass catchers. Like, that was ridiculous. So give me, I'm going to break the tie here. I'm taking Kenjon's quarterback, Dante Moore. All right, USC and Oregon ranked 2nd and 3rd in FBS in yards per play this season. Only Georgia Tech has more yards per play this year. Kenjon, could you make the argument that USC's skill players have the advantage over Oregon's skill players?
Now, this is where it got tricky for me. The water got a little bit muddy, because when you look at USC, you look at Jacoby Lane, you look at Mekhi Lemon, you look at King Miller, absolute studs. Then you go to the other side, you have Kenjon Sadiq, and you have the 3-headed monster at the running back spot, and De'Aaron Hill, Noah Whittington, and Jordan Davison. So this right here, you could really go either way. I would have loved to have seen both of these teams healthy, with DeCorian Moore and Evan Stewart being on the field to be able to battle it out at the receiver spot. So I'm going to go push right here.
Yeah, I'm going to go push as well because of what you talked about. If Oregon is healthy and their true freshman wide receiver is a legit dog, and so that would have probably tilted the scale toward Oregon. But man, coming in with what they have, I love the backfield. Obviously, both guys have tremendous depth. And when you have a guy that's like the new version of Amon-Ra St. Brown out there, Mekhi Lemon, who may even win the Bolitnikoff Award with how well he's been playing. And this receiving corps for USC sort of looks like when they had Amon-Ra St. Brown and Drake London. So, I mean, there's just so much talent at the skill position, but you kind of expect that from both Oregon and USC. That's why I said it's a push.
A lot of pushing here. Let's see if we can get an edge on this one. I think there's a clear one on this one. The matchup between USC's offense and Oregon's defense will be one to watch. Trojans number 10 in passing yards per game versus the Ducks number 1 defense in passing yards allowed. Kenjon, what do you expect to see from the Ducks defense?
Listen, I expect Amari Washington, Bear Alexander, who's looking for some get back from SC. I expect to see Brandon Finney Jr. lock up, where it becomes tricky for me and becomes a bit of a battle is on the opposite side of Brandon Finney Jr. I'm looking to see what Iffy and Theron are able to do versus either Lemon or versus Lane. So we'll see there. But I think the matchup just favors Oregon. I think Oregon is the deeper defense. I think they've been the more disciplined defense. And USC, point blankly, is not the same team on the road.
Yeah, and if you look at Oregon up front, and I think that's the matchup they'll have to win it, where they have an advantage is with their defensive line against this offensive line of the Trojans. And what's fascinating is that when you think about defense, historically, you're thinking about USC, with the fun bunch and everything that they had in those different eras of USC football from the 70s all the way down to the 2000s. That has dissipated, man. We don't even look at USC like that anymore defensively, especially at cornerback. They used to always have a corner and a safety that can compete. Now that has become Oregon. Oregon can lose 5 guys on defense, and the next guys that step up are just as good, if not even better. So Oregon has the athleticism. They have the point of attack. They, to me, have the edge here defensively.
All right, so you both agree there. All right, let's break down the coaching matchup. Both coaches arrived at their respective schools in 2022. Dan Lanning, 24-2 at home as Ducks head coach. Lincoln Riley, 0-4 against top 10 teams as Trojans head coach. Emory, which coach do you trust more in this game to go out there and put his team in a position to succeed?
I'm laughing because I already knew this. Hey, I'll check my notes. This is a big game. Oh, man, that means no on Lincoln Riley. You just talked about he's, 0-4 against top 10 teams? And we seen Dan Lanning just high off life after every clutch win that he's able to pull out with his Oregon Ducks. They've been in this situation before multiple times over, and so they're able to rise to the occasion. If it wasn't coached by Dan Lanning, we wouldn't have seen them do what they did against Iowa in that environment, against that team in that situation at the end of the ball game. So I can trust them in any one of these tight situational spots anytime he's out there coaching the field. The other side, Lincoln Riley, you have to see it to believe it, and we hadn't seen it yet at all at USC.
I couldn't agree with you anymore. Listen, I knew you were a smart man. I just knew it. But when you look at Lincoln Riley and his coaching staff, they can scheme, no doubt about it. But complete programs win the games that they're supposed to win, and USC just hasn't been able to do that. And when you look at Oregon's track record with Dan Lanning, going up to Penn State in the whiteout, which was a massive win, then going to Iowa, handling weather, handling injuries, and all the adversity that has come their way, Dan Lanning and his coaching staff have just been able to figure out, keep this team focused, keep them locked in, and go out and get win after win after win. And so definitely leaning towards Dan Lanning. He gets it in this situation right here.
All right, so based on your answers, Oregon has the edge overall, and Vegas agrees with you, a double-digit favorite. I don't see a scenario where the Ducks lose this game. Sure, I can see USC covering, getting 10.5 points. Emory, what's your prediction?
Yeah, I think we'll see a close game because of the significance of this ball game for both teams. More importantly for USC, if you can think about what their mindset is coming to this contest, if they win this game, they feel like, hey, man, we can go to the college football playoff. Now, in order for that to happen, they have to play their best game, which means they will have to keep this game close. I can even see this game looking like an old Pac-12 game, even going back to an old Pac-10 game with how many points I can see this one going back and forth with. But all of that being said, I do think we'll see this go under the 10.5 number, which is crazy because earlier in the week it was 7.5. Then it jumped to 8.5, and now it's 10.5. So Vegas obviously smarter than us, but I will have to pay to find out because I think this one will be at least a field goal, 4-point game.
Again, I got to go the other way. This it's not just about pads and grass. It's about identity and chaos. It's about structure and flash. A program built versus a program that's structured, that's still searching. And so with USC not being the same team, it's going to be hard to win up in Alton. It's a hard place to play. The crowd is going to be into it. It's going to be loud. I think Oregon will get this done 38-24, in my opinion. I think they'll be above what the spread is.
All right. If you like USC, like Emory does, the trend is your friend. The Trojans are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games as an underdog. Our two-headed monster right here, Emory Hunt and Kenjon Barner here on HQ. Men, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Love talking ball with them, and you can watch some ball. You can watch the game, 3:30 Eastern on CBS, streaming live on Paramount Plus. Join Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, and Jenny Dell. USC versus Oregon on America's most watched network. We'll have pregame and postgame coverage right here on CBS Sports HQ.